Welcome to Capsized, a Silver Lake podcast talking about weekly school-wide updates.
Welcome back to Capsized!
Woo!
Yay! There's more of us here today.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
Allison.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Jake, and I almost had to burp. So
And we're here.
We're
today.
back, and it is Monday, and it is the Monday after break.
yup,
We're all very tired.
we are.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's start with what did you guys do over break?
Sorry. I didn't do that much. I went to Boston with Emerson on
Ooh.
Saturday. We had a really fun time. Went to the aquarium,
I feel like everyone went to the aquarium that
So
like
many
over
a
people.
break.
lot of it. We were trendsetters. We were the first
Yeah.
one.
Literally did. We
Yeah.
told we told one person in drama, and then everyone.
Yeah. And we also went to the MFA too, which was really fun.
What's that?
Museum of Fine Arts.
Oh.
We saw this really cool exhibit on Hokusai, who's this Japanese artist who did like the Great Wave. You guys probably heard of that. It's like a really iconic
Yeah.
painting.
That
Super
sounds
cool.
nice.
Then I like
Yay.
didn't do anything, and then on Friday I went back up to Boston to see my aunt and uncle. So I was there for a while. That's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yippee! Well, obviously I
Woohoo.
went to the aquarium, and my brother's birthday was over break, so we did that.
That's nice.
My stepmom went to Minnesota, so yay! And we like almost built a fence
Why didn't
Uh-huh.
Why didn't you guys do it?
because, well, okay, so all I've talked about is this fence with my dad, but like anyway, so like we couldn't build the fence because the property,
Oh
the fence on
no.
our neighbor's property was leaning into ours, and my dad was like, I can't build a fence if it's on a straight line. So then they had to like body the fence back,
Oh
and then
my.
my dad spent the whole week stressing whether he was gonna hire someone to do it or just do it. And he just went back and forth, and he was like, I could do it, I could probably do it. I don't want to. And I was like, okay, well, you can just do the fence on your own because I can't help you if we don't do it.
That sounds like
So-
your dad thing.
Yeah, but it was good. And then that's kind of what I did.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I was
Thinking
just-
about building a fence is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I feel like there's nothing worse than what I did. I didn't get a real break. I had to wake up at like 8 in the morning and then be at driver's ed at 9, and it was not fun. And like for like lunch, we had to like Kingston, no sidewalks.
Yup.
No sidewalks, and there's no crossing road.
Car free America.
So, like, we walked to like the Dunkin' with the gas station that's next to Sullivan.
Uh-huh.
And
Wait, that's like a long walk.
No,
I mean, it's not that bad, but
That's
there's no
not, it's just
crosswalk,
down
so
the
it's kind of
street, Jake.
Yeah.
It is down.
But there's no sidewalk or
There's
anything.
no sidewalk.
It's a
we're
big
like walking
walk.
on like the hill,
Yeah.
and we like stop to wait to see who's gonna let us go by, and it's just we run by. It's just we should have more sidewalks and more crossing road.
I totally agree. Like
that.
at that
What do
intersection.
you mean? Don't you think the town should spend more money on the youth football experience?
Yeah.
You're so
Don't you
funny.
think that we should do more of that?
No.
I totally agree with you guys. At that intersection where
Yeah.
that Dunkin' is, there's like a Dunkin' and a gas station. Then
Yeah.
across a street,
is
like
a tinier Dunkin'.
50 feet away, little Dunkin'. And then there's this whole like industrial park, and across the street there's another one with like a big Y in it and
And then
stuff.
there's
And
a Starbucks.
Wait,
McDonald's.
there's another Dunkin'?
No, there's another industrial park.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they have like the stuff where like Music Unlimited is and whatever. And then across the
then
street they
There's
have
a Starbucks.
Big Y and Starbucks.
Yeah,
And you
Starbucks.
can't cross the street
You can't.
to get to them. You can't do it.
I know.
That's insane. You have to drive across the street if you want to go to Dunkin' and then
Capitalism.
Big Y. Like that's absurd. Absolutely absurd.
I was gonna say something and I forget.
Oh, I have big news.
Let's hear it.
So last week, Alex, you and we talked about the English curriculum and books.
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Matthias informed me that she took it to the English teachers, and the English teachers are now like discussing with like the English department head about the book curriculum.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're gonna
I love that.
now, I mean, heck yeah. So yay.
I know,
I
because
wasn't there, but good for you
we were
guys.
talking about like To Kill a Mockingbird and how there's better books that we could be reading. I mean, like your great grandfather, great grandparents read the same books that we're reading now. I just don't comprehend that.
It doesn't make any sense.
I see the value in both of those arguments.
It's a classic.
Well, I think it's important to like I also,
we can learn about our
personally,
history.
There
and
can be a
history.
mix.
I agree, but like I think there should be more of a mix. That's what I was gonna
Like
say.
think
we
But,
can
like,
read
I
like
think we
can still read like Shakespeare, but then a new book.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think we should
can-
read more books like The Help
I
and
think we
less
should
like To
do-
Kill a Mockingbird.
I don't. I mean, even The Help. I mean, if it's just so
I thought that
hard
was good.
I
never
thought
read
the
it.
book was good. I just think that like if we're gonna be bringing up these huge social issues
Mhm.
and we're gonna use language like, oh, this is what it was like back. This is the language they use like back then, like during this time.
When it's still being used.
When it's still being used and people are still being treated like this, and it just gets you in a mindset that it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
And people are gonna have a hard time wanting to read and wanting to connect to these
Yeah.
books if they have nothing connect to.
I see that.
And there's so many great modern books about racism today and any modern issue that's pressing our country. There's so many books about it, and it's just we don't read them.
Wait. So you know what I think? I feel like what's the point to make new books like for authors now trying to make new books if we're not going to be able to read them?
I know, and high school, and it's
Like, how are they going to get anywhere?
And it's so much, and high school is so much work, and they just flood us with everything that we don't have. We don't have the desire or the time to read outside of school because all we do in school is work,
Mm-hmm.
and then they send us home with
More work.
and then
And it's
we do more work.
practice. They call it practice, but like
Anyway,
I'm
so
literally
it's just
flooded.
a huge problem that there's just so many books. Why are we reading the same 6?
exactly,
so
there's
many.
so many
If you
books.
Well,
like,
okay.
logically think about how many books there are out there.
Like I want to be able to
To
read more
play-
books. I just don't have the time for it.
To
You know.
empathize with our school system. I think a lot of the reason we do that is because it's hard to every single year you get a new curriculum, a different set of books to read
Yeah.
and teach to your students. You can't build a curriculum around a changing thing. You know what I mean? You can incorporate that. Like last year we did a project where we got to choose our own memoir to do, and the project was around how to write something
Mhm.
like that, not the book itself. But I think it's really hard. Like, let's say if it's like, okay, every year instead of reading To Kill a Mockingbird, we read another politically relevant piece.
Mhm.
The teachers are not going to have nearly as much time to come up with lesson plans and settle into things.
well, we don't have to change. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we change it every
Okay,
year.
but for
Yeah.
I'm saying that just in the scope of things, the way that I talk to my grandparents and they say, "Oh, I read that book back in my day when segregation was still a thing," is terrifying.
Yeah,
it's terrifying. The
Mhm.
curriculum hasn't changed since segregation. Like, are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like, that's not. It's just not. It's just not sound. That just doesn't.
Yeah. I want to hear. Yeah.
I can
understand
see that argument.
We can have new ideas without the system collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I think we do need to be more susceptible to change, and it's something that we're really not
Good at.
good at
People do not like
all.
change. People do not like
They're
change.
so scared of it. Anyways, school stuff.
MCAS coming up.
Yes.
May.
I have
April
dates.
is literally over. Like, what's up with that?
April's
In
not
2
over.
months.
It's 24.
In 2 months, we'll already be a half a year into half a year into 2023.
Yeah.
Math
Wow.
MCAS is May 16th and 17th.
Yep.
And the 18th is a spring concert. Go see it.
Wait, say it again?
May 18th is the spring concert.
Boom.
Go see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the art gallery? Or is that a different
maybe.
one?
No, that is the art
That is,
gallery.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're going to do it again that
And
way
then
this year.
the weekend
Oh, really?
after is Chicago.
Yay!
Yay.
Chicago.
Nope.
Chicago.
All
So yeah.
that jazz. So that's
Okay.
exciting.
Yeah. Yep.
So lots of stuff in May. Okay, Emerson, we'll hand it over to you. What's the word of the day?
Okay. Our word. Hang on, I lost it. Okay. Our word is taradiddle.
Pterodactyl.
I think I
Ooh.
said that right.
That sounds like something familiar.
I don't even know. I've never heard this word. But so it means like a fib, which if you don't know what a fib is, it's like a lie or
Mhm.
like like a little white lie, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
brush my teeth, you know. Or it's like pretentious nonsense.
Mhm.
So like something completely like
Pretentious.
oh yeah, I adopted an octopus. Yeah, that would be a taradiddle. So that's our word. How can you use
Taradiddle.
it in a sentence, Jake?
It's fun. Have me use it in a sentence.
Mhm.
Saying that you adopted an octopus is a complete taradiddle. Is it a noun or like an adjective?
It's a noun.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, let me look. It is a. Of course, my phone doesn't let me in when I need it. It is a. Doesn't say. Okay, hang on.
Well, that's not helpful.
There is a myth that the taradiddle was born in the town of Taradiddle, Ireland.
That's not.
That
It's the
itself
taradiddle
is-
bird.
That itself is a taradiddle because there is no such town. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
where taradiddle, also spelled same way,
It's now.
comes from. But
It's
we
a
do
noun.
know that the word has been a favorite of writers ranging from
Alex.
whatever writers in operas. The English language is rich with synonyms for both meanings of taradiddle. We have a list of words for piving. Yeah. So it just
That's
means
cool.
like, oh yeah, no gossip, no, our neighbor's name, so tenderly we handle a taradiddle.
Okay.
Just me, it's a noun.
Anyhow, do
Boom.
we have anything else to talk about?
Not so sure. No.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
Have a good rest of your week.
have a good week.
yes.
And
Mom.
And Unity. Don't forget
Hi,
about Unity.
Unity.
Hi, Unity.
Hi, Unity. We miss you.
We miss you.
All right.
Well, we'll see you
See
on the flip side.